It's because we're not talking to anyone.
It's so cheesy when I do it. Okay, pretty much, this is the start of the video. This is my brother Alec, and we're going over whether or not a new player should play this game or not. Because there's a lot of new stuff over the last few years, especially this last year, that is making this game so much. It's kind of cutting and destroying the free-to-play players. You pretty much have to spend to play this game and enjoy the game and have a good time in the game now. So I went over before the video kind of the journey guide aspect and what the Hyperdrive bundle is. So Alec, how do you feel about the journey guide? So the journey guide, you pretty much you can unlock these characters at your own pace. So everybody from like BB-8, like Ray, like everybody from here that's like you can see them, that's not like blurred out. You can like unlock these guys whenever you want. The only two that you can't are Malik here because he's not been out for a year. They need to be out for a year before you can actually do them whenever you want. So he's one, and then this new guy, General SWGoH, you can't do just yet. So everybody else you can. And that's pretty cool. This wasn't in the game beforehand. It is now new to the game. So you can do these guys whenever. How do you think that is? And how would a free-to-play, I guess, player or somebody new, how would you feel about that? Do you like that? Is that a cool aspect?
Actually, I think this is a really good idea. It allows new people that are playing the game to come in and be able to collect the characters that other people have already had in the game. I've played other games that are similar to this, and I actually think this is kind of a rip-off to players that have been playing for a while. Yeah, it might be helping like our free-to-play base that are just trying to join the game, but all those existing players, like this is just, I don't know, just makes your efforts that you've been putting into this game like feel wasted. You've spent years playing the game already. You've probably tried to like collect all the things you need for these characters, and it's just pretty much wasting all your efforts, as it makes it super attainable for basically anyone. However, if you are a free-to-play player, this is really cool because you are able to come in and be like, oh cool, I can go pick up this character.
Yeah.
And so it just kind of makes it easier in my mind for free-to-play.
So free-to-play players, I think you can get most of these guys done in like the first 1 to 2 years if you want to play it normally. And I think that's pretty big. We're going to chat about the Hyperdrive bundle in a little bit because that's probably the juiciest part of this video. But like, these people that are so good, like the meta-dominant ones that you want early on, like this Revan, the Jedi Revan, Darth Revan, and Malik, those guys you probably won't get for a couple years if you were to play this free-to-play, in my opinion at least. Maybe you can get it earlier, but I think this is awesome for new players, but you couldn't come out with this earlier. I mean, come on. This has been so great for all these other people, but yeah, it kind of does suck for these other long-term players. And then I kind of went over this with him. These are Galactic Legends, so you got Rey and Kylo.
Okay.
We don't know what's required just yet, besides, of course, the previous version of them. And this Galactic Legend is above and beyond the previous version that was called Epic Confrontation. So there's different versions, right? There's Legendary, there's Hero's Journey, like a Rey. And then you have Epic Confrontations, which are like the Malik and the General SWGoH here. And now we're going to get an even tougher version of this called Galactic Legends. And I spent, you know this, right? I spent $200 to get this character unlocked. You know how much money it would probably take me if I were to spend to get this new either Rey or Kylo? That is my biggest issue here. I've been playing for almost 5 years, and if I can't somehow get these guys easily obtainable, you know, in the next couple of months, because they're not going to come out, we already got word that they're not going to come out until the next year. That is going to be stupid because there is so much garbage characters. And one of the things, if you were to play, Alec, there's so many garbage characters that you have to get up to use them in these events to unlock these other cool characters. So you're pretty much wasting resources on these crappy characters to get these new characters that are really good. And that's like a money thing. That's like where they make their money. These events are a big, huge money grab for everybody, or for CG rather. So I don't know. I think they're really cool, but I just can always just see where the money's made. They're gonna make like freaking Rose. You need a Rose, a 7-star, a maxed out Rose, needed for like either Rey or Kylo. I mean, it's just not looking fun, you know. So I guess that kind of wraps up this part of the video. If you want to, we can go over to the Hyperdrive bundle now. This is the Hyperdrive bundle. This is I think it's out for like a month or so now, and you get a lot of crap in here for $100. So just before we get into it, would you spend $100 on a game like this to get boosted up? Pretty much what you get in here, we'll go over it. You get like almost 1 to 2 years worth of farming in $100 worth of resources and characters. How do you think about that?
That's a great deal.
Yeah.
I won't lie, that's pretty killer. Like, if I was to go and buy a new game, it's going to cost me at least $60.
Yeah.
If I can play a game that's already been out, it's got a lot of hype, cost me $100. You know, that's actually a pretty good deal in my mind.
Yeah.
I just don't know everything that comes in the bundle and how it works, I guess.
So let's get into that. So you can see there's 4 things here. You get some ships, characters, gear, like resources, and then you get a quest. So for like newer players, I think this is almost a must if you want to be competitive now, if you're like brand new. For like people that are like me that are late game and are end game, there's only one thing I think that's coolest here about this. And the thing here, if I can find it, I think it's, yeah, the challenges and the quests that you get. That is really where the money is made here, and the bang for your buck for these players that are like myself. But for newer players, this is what you're gonna get. So you get 65 characters, and most of these characters are going towards these journey guide events for these like BB-8s, JCR, you know, other kind of these really top tier, I guess you could say, players and characters. So I think that's like the coolest thing here for like these newer players. Like one of the best teams in the game right now is with General Skywalker and the clones, and you can get those clones, you know, 5-star with this bundle. But the thing with this though is that if you have them above this 5-star level 80, they don't get better, they just stay there. And if they were lower than that, they get bumped up to that level. So I think that's pretty cool. And then the same thing for the ships. You get some ships here, and I mean that's not, you know, like a huge thing to go over, right? Just characters and ships. But the resources, I think this is where anybody should consider buying this. There is a lot of resource here. We've already done videos about this on my channel before. But what do you think? All this gear, I tallied up this gear from, there's like 3 of these pieces that are like the hardest gear to acquire right now. It's this one, that one, and then this one right there. You get with that 2,000 crystals. For $100, you can buy a vault for you get 15,000 crystals for a vault. The value you're getting here, and the value you're getting like from those pieces that are really, really essential, you're only getting like 5,000, 6,000. But for a new player, you're talking about like a bunch of money saved if you buy this bundle. Like, it's ridiculous.
All right.
There's so much value here. So I think the hyperdrive is for sure a must-have if you're going to be a new player. But like I said, Alec kind of related it to like a new video game, like a Call of Duty, or like the Jedi Fallen Order game that we were just playing a little bit ago. So I can kind of get that to an extent, but at the end of the day, this is a mobile game. You know, would you really want to spend $100 on a mobile game? I guess if you're a hardcore fan of Star Wars and you want to, I mean, I guess that's okay.
That's the thing. If you're a hardcore fan and you're not already playing the game, what are you doing?
And then you're like, oh, maybe I should play this game because of the new movie. Then you're gonna be like, okay, maybe I'm gonna spend that. But yeah, I don't know anybody that's a hardcore fan that hasn't been playing this already. Honestly, this is they made this, the hyperdrive and the journeys guide, to happen right before this new movie so they can get new players. That's like what they're doing. They're trying to maximize their profits, and with this, they made so much money that they actually said that they're going to try to get new modes and new content down the line for next year, which is cool and all. But they're really just picking at these new players and these new whales. The term whales is like spending a lot of money, right?
Gotcha, okay.
So they're trying to create new whales, and then these old whales are feeling like nothing's going on in the game, because that's how it is. There's not a whole lot of content. And I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to create a new wave of whales to try to finance the game, which is kind of sad. But there are still a lot of people that spend a lot of money and that do play this game all the time. But I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of spending this much money on a you know, pack, bundle, whatever you want to call it. But honestly, the stuff you get here is pretty ridiculous. You get all these characters, you get ships, all these resources, and on top of that, you get where is it? The highlights, the activities. That's pretty big. So I mean, at the end of the day, are you gonna be willing to spend this much money, Alec? Would you?
On a game like this, like, I am a Star Wars fan. I haven't played the game up till now. But personally, like, I wouldn't pay $100 to play a mobile game. I think that's a ridiculous offer as free to play. Like, honestly, whenever I play a game that I had to pay more to get content out of that isn't actual story based or something like that, I think it's a ripoff. I don't really care about the skins. I don't really care about that stuff. But For those of you that want this, I guess it could be a very big benefit for those that want to get ahead in the game or whatever it is, but honestly, if you're free to play, you're probably playing it just to get the characters, and I guess this gives you all of them for $100, so it is what you want,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, it gives you most of the characters, but like I said, it's gonna like knock off almost 2 years worth of farming in this game. And what that means though, if you were to buy this free to play, you're missing out on all the best parts of the game. The early parts of the game are probably my favorites, and a lot of other people think the same way. And if you do buy this, you are jump starting your crunch for gear. The crunch is a huge thing right now with the game and the resources. That means you're not gonna have as many of these gear after you buy this to maintain all those characters you just bought. And then that's like another thing that they're trying to squeeze out of you. You're like, oh, I just spent this much money on this bundle, and I still don't have all the stuff I want and all the gear I need. So that's where like, oh, it's like a psychological thing. Like, oh, I gotta spend more money to get this more gear and everything more maxed out. And that's where I'm talking about. Like they're creating more whales here, which is, I get it. They're trying to get more stuff going here with the game, but it's kind of a scary thing, honestly. I mean, this game is made by EA. I'm not sure if you know that. This is
another EA game.
EA game, and
all right.
You know the funny thing is that the main honcho there over this game, we just lost. It was like her name was CG Carey. She was like the lead person over there. She got fired / left or whatever a few months ago. And this new guy, guess where?
Fired, right?
Fired, yeah, right.
Okay.
Guess where this new guy is from? Guess EA Sports, man.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
He does the FIFA. He does like all the NBA stuff, whatever, the football stuff. And in those games, especially in FIFA, their main source of income and revenue is from microtransactions. And
Wasn't that all of EA stuff? It's
Yeah,
all
well,
microtransactions,
yeah,
essentially.
most of that, yeah. But like this guy's specified in like these things, and having him now in the game, or in this game, working on this game, it's a scary thought. It really is, because of the amount of stuff that they could potentially do to us. And this is just the start, I think. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. I think it might be a good bundle down the line if like I need it, like I absolutely need it for like an event. Like, you know, I spent that much money on that General Skywalker guy. This would have made it a lot easier. I wouldn't have had to spend $200. I could just spent this and I already have all that stuff for that guy. So I don't know. I think for me it's kind of up in the air still, but I think for somebody that's brand new that wants to play like Alec, I think this is totally worth it. I mean, there's so much value here. So, any other things you want to say before we wrap up?
EA sucks.
EA sucks. It's in the. I'm just kidding. So that's pretty much it, guys. Yeah, Journey Guide and Hyperdrive, and how a new player, I guess, kind of would react to this. Would they want to play the game? I don't think I would want to play the game if I was a new player and I saw all this stuff. So I don't know. So what do you guys think down below in the comments? You guys agree with me? You guys disagree with me? And Alec here for new players. Thank you guys for watching, and that's it for me today. Thank you guys for watching yet again, and I'll see you all later.